In this video, we're going to look at how to write the body paragraphs for a definition essay. So this is the organizational mode for definition in the body paragraphs. So you can see the basic division of the paragraphs here in this chart. So the principle for dividing up the paragraphs is each criterion that you set out in your thesis will get its own body paragraph. So if you have 3 criteria, you'll have 3 body paragraphs. If you have 4 criteria, you'll have 4 body paragraphs. But you can see that correspondence. The criteria dictate the body paragraphs, which is another reason why coming up with good criteria is so important. It not only is the focus of your thesis, it dictates how your whole essay is organized. So that's how you should divide your paragraphs. Then let's look next how each of those paragraphs is composed. So what you see here would be one body paragraph. So each body paragraph would have this structure. So each body paragraph in a definition essay should have these 3 parts in this order. First, you need a topic sentence that states what one of the criteria is for your definition. And of course, this should be one of the ones that you laid out in your thesis. This is the place where you need to be the most specific in stating what the criteria is. And you need to make it clear with good signaling language that this is a criteria. So you could say something like, one of the criteria for X is, or in order to be X, a person or a thing must have this quality. So that's the kind of way you want to set that up. So that's just your opening sentence, your topic sentence. We're saying what the criteria is that you're going to be discussing in that paragraph. Second is a part that people often skip, and it's important, and that's explaining why this should be a criterion for your definition. A lot of people just jump right from saying what it is into examples without explaining why that should be a criterion for your definition. But when you think about it, that may be the most important part of your argument, because if the reader doesn't agree with your choice of criterion or just doesn't understand why are you choosing it, then the rest of your argument falls apart because they don't accept your definition then, since the criteria are the meat of your definition. So you need to give a couple of sentences after the topic sentence that explains why this criteria is necessary or just so important to defining this term. And then lastly is where you give the examples that illustrate your criterion and the term you're defining. And this is usually the largest part of each body paragraph. So you want to give specific examples that illustrate the criteria, not generic ones. And specific means people with names, places with names, events with dates, or that at least occurred at a specific time. So not people in general or generic types of people. It has to be specific. And you can use personal examples as well. Make sure, however, that these examples are really relevant to your criteria and to the term. Otherwise, they're no good. So they really do have to fit. So you have to think, does this example really illustrate or logically correspond to the criterion? And of course, as you're going through your examples, you need to give enough analysis to explain exactly how they meet your criterion and how they exemplify the term you're defining. So that's also very important. All right. In the next video, we'll take a look at some good and bad examples of body paragraphs for a definition essay.